Hi, this is Anna Imagination with a Healing Garden, and thank you for joining me. We are going to go ahead and talk about Operation Imagination. Operation Imagination is absolutely my project. It is basically focusing everything on world peace. And to be honest with you, when I put it together, I just saw the round table and I saw World Peace Manifestation Day. Today, I basically put together a few more pieces of it where I'm going to be doing the communication classes. I'm going to be tying it all in communication, boundary setting, and then I'm going to be doing daily healing circles and authenticity circles. These are all designed to basically provide sanctuary and healing during the war. And I've already started. It's available over on Facebook. You can go ahead and grab the link below. Now, this is the start to a much, much larger project. I'm going to be also doing classes to update you, basically breaking it down into world peace, the plan. And this is called Operation Imagination. In addition to that, we're also going to do, for the healing side of it, I'm going to be covering the circles, the grief circles, things like that. And basically, I'm turning the entire healing garden into a massive healing center that is providing shelter during the war, providing a mindset shelter during the war. And this is exactly why I built the healing garden. And it's time that I sit down and actually get this going. So I'm going to start with meditations. We're going to do healing circles, and this is all going to be combined. So every time I do anything, there's probably going to be the healing circle. There's probably going to be meditation in it. I'm going to talk on anything from authenticity, because authenticity is a huge chunk of this. It's authenticity, it's healing, it's basically teaching you how to have a human connection. And the plan, this is again all part of the plan. If you're actually wanting to participate in the World Peace Plan, or at least attend the meetings, I'm going to be holding them. Honestly, the Queen's journals that I have here is probably going to get switched over to my healing plan. Or I'm sorry, the World Peace Plan, Operation Imagination. I'm going to go ahead and introduce it here and break it down. So I have studied sociology, psychology, and philosophy for 30 years. And there is basically the human condition. The human condition centers around something referred to as the philosopher's compass. The philosopher's compass was started by Socrates, and I finished it using my philosophy, psychology, and sociology studies. When I finished it, it created, I cannot explain to you, triads within triads within triads. It's extraordinary. And it just keeps seeping out from the smallest picture to the big picture. The first foremost healing basically is restoration of authenticity, the self, community, and creation. Imagination is the third piece. So again, I'm going to go ahead and give that to you. It is the self, community, and then imagination. Now, imagination is perspective. And these three things, self, community, and imagination, provide each individual with their own personal truth. And when it's basically founded on that personal truth, it allows the person to stabilize their identity, have all the ethics and the requirements needed so that they can have an optimum mental wealth, and they'll be able to actually support, heal, grow, become their authentic self, etc., and so forth. I will be breaking down all of this as I go by. The imagination part of this is basically correcting the perspective. It is stop wearing the masks, stop lying, saying what it is that we are doing here. By basically bringing everybody together and getting them all attuned to the same frequency and the same harmony, which is their authenticity, and then teaching them how to connect to the energy field, which is pretty much what we're all seeking to do here. Many people are already there. And they'll basically be able to replicate the same thing that we saw in 2019 with the seismic waves, which is exactly what we saw in 2019 with the seismic waves when we all shifted our energy. And we can do it again on purpose this time. And to do this, it's basically going through the triadic healing process. Triadic healing starts with the self, building up the self, and then it goes into the community and how to connect in a community. And then from there, it goes into how to connect with your imagination. That's your dream center, your perspectives, aligning and balancing self. And as I said, it takes all six parts of the mental system, including your subconscious mind, and it completely cleanses and purifies all of the invasive perspectives and the toxic expectations and limiting beliefs that you've had embedded into you all of your life. As those things are removed from your mind and your system, you find alignment. When you do that, you stabilize, and then you're able to use your community as a form of stability. That way, you can basically locate your coordinates, which is based off of who you are and who your relatives are, kind of like a longitude and a latitude line, or a one chord and a five chord in music theory. Same thing. So the next part of that is going to be the imagination, where you nurture the perspective. Now, we use manifestation, positive affirmation, we use pretty much every holistic resource that you can possibly think of, where it's an absolute meditative process, and it's the coming together combined with community and the emotional bonding over imagination, where we use our mindsets to basically push toward world peace. Now, that's basically classical conditioning of the subconscious mind. When you do that, what it ends up doing is it basically programs your subconscious mind to behave the way you want it to behave, so you get the behavior that you want it to behave, or that you want it to emanate. So basically, you have a subconscious mind. It's an AI, it's a computer, and it's taking and programming all day long through words that we say and words that we think and words that we hear. So if you give it good, positive words, the subconscious mind is going to process that data and say, oh, this is the behavior that I need to emanate, and it will regurgitate it. And if you keep that cycle up, it will switch the basically it will reverse the polarity of the subconscious mind from negative thinking over to positive thinking. When that happens, the emotional mental environment literally dries up with a negative source. And what ends up happening is there are no longer any resources for an invasive perspective or mental disorders to exist. It's quite extraordinary. So that's one of the things we're going to be focusing on as well. Now, one of the biggest primary resources is narcissistic abuse, abuse proofing yourself, and also boundary setting. In order to do this, you require communications and emotional management. We take care of all of this in our classes, and it is part of Operation Imagination. So that is now available on Facebook. The classes have already begun. I do these every day, where I sit down in the evenings and I talk about basically all the different aspects of this. I talk about all the different, well, everything that you have access to as far as communication goes and boundary setting. I start breaking down how to connect with people you love, whether it be your children, your lovers, your partners, it doesn't matter. And I also have 3 tiers in the Healing Garden. It's all available on my webpage, on my front page, if you go there. So if you are interested at all in Operation Imagination, getting on board, if you are a light worker, I am also basically bringing together everybody under light work, and I am teaching them my Operation Imagination program to get this started. From there, we're going to go ahead and basically get everybody on the same page, and I'm going to start pushing everything through. I'm going to start setting it up so that my days are planned with some sort of structure. That way, each day we have like a set of this is what it is. Come in when you can. The more you come in, the more it's focused. It's mindset restructuring, focused on authenticity. And it is all, again, 100% philosophy, perspective psychology, and sociologically based, as well as physics. When you have those four things in place, I have this massive system that I'm using. So go ahead and join me. And like I said, it's mostly class basis. I will see you again soon. Go ahead, and if you know anyone who can use this, like, subscribe, follow below, share this, comment, let me know what part of the show resonated with you. And also, if you want to join the community, take a look at the Linktree account below. Thank you so much, and may the kindest of words always find you.